Okay, and it looks like we're recording, so let's start. Now, I'm gonna ask you some demographics questions. If you don't feel comfortable answering them, you don't have to. This is just some of the data that we're collecting for our data inventory.
Sure.
So, what is your name?
Heather Newman,
And how old are you?
46,
And where are you physically located?
in Michigan, United States.
Okay. How many OMS classes have you taken so far?
Oh, geez. Well, 5.5.
Okay. Have they all used Piazza?
All except for the last one, because it's independent study.
Okay, so five of them have.
Yep.
Would you classify yourself as a Piazza novice or an expert?
Probably somewhere in between, but closer to expert than novice.
Um, do you use the in-browser app or the mobile app when you use Piazza?
In browser for the most part.
In-browser.
I have the mobile app on my phone, but I tend to do homework at night, and that's when I'm looking at Piazza.
Okay, and where are you when you're working on Piazza for the most part? Are you at home? Are you at work?
At home, in my office.
In your office. Okay. Um, are you able to concentrate on the task at hand, or is there something distracting you?
I'm able to concentrate.
Okay, are you multitasking when you're doing it? Like, are you doing something else at the same time, or just pretty much
Oh, when
interacting
reading
with
through
Piazza?
Piazza?
Yeah.
It depends, right? I mean, for the most part, I'm concentrated on it because it's tough to read it or comprehend what people are saying while doing other stuff. I'll have music playing sometimes, but other than that, most of the time when I'm going through Piazza, I'm actually paying attention to just that.
Okay. And what is your main goal when you're working with Piazza?
It depends on the class. So there are some classes where participation in Piazza was required as
Mhm.
part of the grading setup. So there I had kind of the motivation of wanting to be sure that I was doing what I needed to do to get a decent grade on that. But for the most part, especially in classes where it's not required, I use Piazza primarily as a way to both get to know other folks who are in my classes and to see whether other people have had questions that I might have about assignments or to ask questions about assignments.
Mhm. Okay. Um. Okay. So now, for our class, we redesigned the search function for Piazza,
Okay.
and I have two prototypes that I'm going to show you, and I'm gonna walk you through them, and then we're gonna discuss. Basically, I'll just ask you a couple of questions when we're done.
Okay.
So I'm gonna send you the link to the first prototype in this chat, and if you could open up to the prototype and just um, and do a screen share with me so that we could walk through it together.
Okay. Hang on just 1 second. Let me pull it up first. Okay. And
Are you in?
yep. Hang on just a second. It apparently stopped loading it when I did the screen share. Come on. Oh, there we go. But it's not showing the. Huh.
Yeah, I can't understand why this would be happening.
All right. You know what? Hang on 1 second. I'm gonna swap out of Safari and back into Chrome since I don't.
Okay.
Stupid Mac. All right, hang on. Let me pull it up. Hey, could you resend the link? It looks like it doesn't remember past messages. Thanks.
Yeah, I don't know why the chat window was different this time around.
There we go. All right, let me share. Hang on. You see it?
Awesome. Okay, so this prototype is actually, oh my god, now I'm getting
feedback. Yeah, sorry. Because it's probably sharing your voice back with you.
Okay, so this prototype is interactive, and if you look at those buttons on the left-hand side, they actually work. Now, could you scroll back up to the top of the page?
Yep.
Awesome. Okay, so this is the landing page. This is this is what Piazza looks like, and this is what it currently looks like.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're trying to search for something in Piazza, which is what these redesigned interfaces here are, right? Mm-hmm. Let's say if I asked you to search for a post by Eric Ianni, right? So you would first click on the search bar, mm-hmm. Okay, and threads by, correct? So here I'm assuming you would start. Awesome. Okay. I mean that was pretty easy, right?
Not too bad, yeah.
Okay, let's try to scroll down a little bit. Mm-hmm. And imagine that in addition to searching for Eric Ianni, you wanted to search by a post by Eric Ianni that was made at a certain date. So here you would hit the one button, I suppose.
Me?
Not working?
Well, nothing's happening when I click.
Okay, maybe on my end. Can you scroll back up? Mm-hmm. So can you hit the one button here? Let's see if that works.
When I hit the one button here, it took me down to the next screen.
Okay, awesome. All right, beautiful. Yeah, this is just, it's unfortunate, but the prototyping software is a little bit difficult to navigate and understand, so.
Oh, it's fine.
Okay. Can you click the one inside of the search bar? Well, let's say it was something that, let's say it was a post that Eric made today. So can you click today? Beautiful.
So that popped me down to the next one.
No results. Okay. How about yesterday? Not working. Okay. Maybe this week?
Yeah. Or should I back up? Dink. Nope. None of the other buttons are working on the today search, but maybe for the one search? Yeah. On the one search, beautiful. It dropped you back down to yesterday.
Awesome. Okay. So let's try the calendar function.
Okay. Up here, I'll scroll back up again. No, one search. One search. Calendar. Okay.
Awesome. And here you would obviously pick a date range. I'm not sure that this is going to be functional at this point.
Right.
Oh, well, you got something.
Yep.
Okay, and can we scroll all the way to the bottom just to make sure that we went through all of the through the
keyword
entire
searches?
Functionality? Yeah. Sorry, back up a little bit. Okay, so keyword.
Yeah, the last one. This is the first one after the calendar.
Okay, so here, this is the screen that you get by clicking right. Okay. And then you get the keyword within group. Okay, so this is pretty much self-explanatory, right? Or is there any more
Yep.
questions that you have about this current prototype, about how this is supposed to work?
No, no, it makes sense to me. It's a little confusing that the items inside the box, once you've selected them, also look like buttons unless they're intended to function also as buttons, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you're clicking, threads by and whatever, if clicking these will then allow you to change them, then that feels like this is great. If it's something where this is now just more or less functional text, right, that's in here that we're searching on, and to change, we'd have to hit one of the buttons down below, then I would say maybe something that looked a little bit less like a button in
Mm-hmm.
the box, because that's a little confusing if that's not the case. But it's hard to tell, right, from where you guys are at on this prototype.
Okay, no, this is actually very valid feedback, and I really appreciate it. Let's try the second prototype.
Okay.
Let me give you the link.
Great.
Okay, so here we're gonna, very similar system, except if you scroll all the way up to the top, when you click search,
Okay.
it's gonna give present you with an advanced search button, so you can go ahead and click that, and then again, go by username, click on that, and you can pick Erikiani. Um, you can add a date range on the right hand side. As you can see, you can also check threads and replies, which is
Oh, nice.
just threads that he started or threads that he replied to, and
Mm-hmm.
then the keyword search as well. So try that. Not
Not
working?
working from here.
Hmm.
Maybe
Okay.
from the original advanced search. Nope.
What if you scroll all the way down?
Okay. Hang on a second. By person, by date, by keyword. Yeah, for some reason that's not working on my end.
Uh-huh. Okay, you know what it is. I
Hmm.
apologize for this. Okay. Try not from the one that's all the way on the bottom, but from the one right above it.
The one right. Okay, hang on. So not this one, but this one.
Yes.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Okay,
Okay.
there we go. Okay, so now it's gonna give you the same options within group. Sub. It'll give you the keyword options in the subject and in the body. Okay.
Nice.
So basically, these are the two prototypes. Do you have any questions about the second one?
No, I think I like it better than the first one.
Okay, awesome. Um, Let me just ask you the rest of the questions here. And okay, so which prototype do you think better fits your goals for searching Piazza?
Probably the second one because it keeps the interface pretty streamlined when I'm just reading through posts, but then expands it out pretty easily into something that's pretty intuitive when I'm looking to really search for a specific post by somebody or a post about a specific question that I might have.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Which one do you find more intuitive in terms of discovering the features that are available?
Number two.
Number two as well.
I'm particularly fond of the checkboxes for the threads and the replies and the subject and the body for the keyword searches.
Okay. Which one do you prefer aesthetically?
Number two, for that same reason that it's pretty low low weight, I guess, if you want to think about it that way, until you actually need the features, and then when you need them, they're kind of a little bit more spread out, so it's a little bit easier to use them.
Okay, so which one of these searches would you prefer to see implemented in Piazza, or would you prefer to see the search functionality implemented as it is now?
Definitely number two, and definitely not Piazza as it's implemented now. The search function is kind of crappy.
Okay,
That's the technical term, kind of crappy.
we can definitely go with that. Do you have any ideas on how to improve prototype one?
uh, I think that like the changes in the
That's the other one. I'm sorry, I see you clicking through it.
yeah. So on prototype one, I think having the items in the box is great, but again, there's a little bit of confusion from my perspective in terms of, are these actually buttons then that I can click and edit, or do I need to use these buttons below? I think having the stacks of buttons, especially when it's two different things. So right now we've got when that's here, and that's opened up a new kind of sub menu for when today,
Mm-hmm.
yesterday, this week, last week. The fact that this is the same weight and appearance as kind of the master list of the filters that we're using on the bottom, I think is also a little bit confusing, because I think at first glance you'd look at it and wouldn't immediately see the difference between, okay, this is a sub menu, this is the kind of the top level menu, if you want to think about it that way. So even, a font change or a color change or something that would indicate that one of these menus is different from the other might help to clear that up a little bit. But at this point, it gets a little bricky. It's a little bit tough to zero in on exactly what it is that you're looking for.
Awesome. And do you have any ideas on how to improve prototype two?
Mm, I really like Prototype 2. Gosh. Huh. Let me scroll down to the keyword section. No, you know what? I really like it the way it is.
Okay, excellent. Heather, thank you very much for your help. I'm gonna turn off the recording now.